Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel Amethyst6. I've been guided to do this video today about change and regarding what's happening on the planet at the minute. There is a lot of change, as you can probably see. I live in the UK and the Brexit is just beyond ridiculous, really. There doesn't seem to be any decisions being made on any level. There seems to be a gridlock, and believe it or not, that is bringing in a lot of change because we've never had this situation before. So that's the first thing I want to say. So if you live in America or England or anywhere else where there seems to be a gridlock, that is bringing in a lot of change, which will be for the better. I know it will be for the better, but at the minute it just seems like it's beyond what we can cope with. So I'm probably one of the best people to talk about change at the minute, because up until about 12 months ago, I would not have changed very little. I didn't embrace change very well, and everybody that knows me well will tell you that. One of my friends suggested that I get some contact lenses because, as you know, I don't like wearing my glasses and I don't wear them outside. And so I was walking around kind of being able to see in work, but then not being able to see outside. And she said to me, I don't know how you manage, because how on earth can you see anything when you go in shops and things like that? And I just learned to cope with it because I didn't want to change anything. And then she suggested that I get some contact lenses, and it took, from her suggestion, it took me over 12 months to integrate that, come to terms with it, think it might be a good idea, and now I use contact lenses on a daily basis, and I wouldn't be without them. But for me as a person, it took a lot to change things, and I'm sure other people are the same. It's change brings in instability. We don't know where we're going, we don't know what we're doing, but in this time, in this energy, trust me, change is your best friend. Because once I left work last year, I moved across the country to live with my family, some of my family. I moved 3 times. I now have a different job. I work in education. I'm planning to move again in July, and I will be going probably to university or doing something different in another part of the country. And had somebody told me, and that's literally happened since last August, so it's been 7 months. And had somebody told me 7 months ago that I would be doing that, I would have just laughed. Absolutely. Couldn't even contemplate, doing those things in such quick succession and putting myself right out of my comfort zone into a completely different place, completely different people. Knowing when I got here, I knew about 3, maybe 4 people, and that's it. 4 people, that was it. And I've had to build on that. I've had to get a job, meet new people, start doing new things, and it's been a rocky road, won't lie to you. It's not been easy at all, partly because of who I am. I'm not the kind of person that can walk into a room and just start making conversation. I have friends that can do that, and I have every admiration for them, because that's not me. I don't do that. I'm all right once I get started in the conversation, but to initiate a conversation, somebody usually has to come up to me and make conversation. Otherwise I would be sat there and they would be sat here, and never the twain would meet. Okay, so on that note, my inner guidance is to say to you, if you're not in a position where you want to change big things, so that was a big kind of radical shift for me. But if you're on a daily basis and you're just doing the same thing day in and day out, day in and day out, that creates pathways in the brain that just get entrenched, and you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And not much creativity comes in. And that's where boredom comes from. That's where, you know, we get bored with our jobs, we get bored with the relationships, we get bored with things because we're just doing that repetitive hamster wheel thing. So my guides said to me the best way to introduce change is to start small, usually, and work your way up unless you've decided to propel yourself forward. So it could be that you get up for work in the morning and you do the same routine every single morning. So start moving that around. So if you brush your teeth before you have a shower and then brush your teeth. If you have a cup of tea in the morning, have a different beverage, coffee, green tea, herbal tea, something else. If you go the same way to work every day and you can take another route by either driving or walking, do that. The more you try and move out of the same thing you do day in and day out, the easier it will become to consciously be aware of what you're doing. So today, for instance, I've done a few little things that I would normally do differently. So I walked to work a different way because I don't drive, so it's probably a bit easier for me to change route than it would be for somebody to drive down the same road every day, especially if there's roadworks or whatever, but you get the idea. So I walked to work a different way this morning. I normally have this pineapple coconut smoothie thing that I buy, and I went to the supermarket and I bought this instead. So in my head I was thinking, right, I'm going to buy something, like a green smoothie then. So I did that. I took the dog out, took her a different way. Instead of going down the path we normally go down, we went down the other path. So you get the idea. And the reason behind all of this is that I did have a drawing, but I haven't got it with me, but I'll try and sort of give you what my guides were showing me. So if you do the same thing day in and day out, even if it's Monday to Friday and you do different things on the weekends, your chart, let's say a timeline of your day will go like that. So it will be get up in the morning, have breakfast, go to work, come home, watch TV, do whatever you're doing, have food, go to bed. So you can see that's very linear, and that's the way your brain works, and that's what you're doing. Okay. You may have children, you may have to do certain things, so you have to pick the kids up at a certain time from school, you have to be at work at a certain time in the morning. That's slightly different, and you can't change that. But you can have choices around your core activities. So on the other scale, if you are having breakfast, but you're having different food and a different beverage, so you're going this way. Going to work and you're going right instead of left, you're going that way. Having lunch, but you eat at a different place, you're going that way. So you get the idea. We have to come out of this repetition of doing the same thing day in and day out. Now we're coming into these new energies and being shown that change is the only constant. And if you're used to, like I was, in your comfort zone, and you do the same things day in and day out, as these energies are going to carry on getting stronger and stronger and stronger, you're going to struggle. You are going to struggle. If you have an amazing, you're thinking, well, I have an amazing life. I don't want to change anything. It's perfect the way that it is. It can be more perfect. I'm not saying that change is a bad thing. I'm saying that change is needed in everybody's life, no matter what you do. So if you can be consciously aware of that, then you're going to find it easier, especially over the next few weeks. Okay. Now, I never do this. As you know, I normally just do the talk, the video, and then I sign off. And I'm being asked to draw 3 cards today, which I am doing. So yesterday I got these, which are the Goddess Oracle cards. And if you can see from my last 2 videos, I was talking about the Magenta Rose Ray. That's what these are for the Divine Feminine. And the Magenta Rose Ray is very strong on the planet at the minute. It's the Divine Feminine energy, but having said that, it's for the males as well, because they're bringing out the Divine Feminine qualities, which is, you know, for me, I think that's brilliant. But I am going to choose a card for... So, life isn't happening. You probably, yes, you can see that, but you won't be able to see the writings, mirror image. Life isn't happening to you. Life is actually responding to you. So if you put the action of change, your life, your actions will respond. Your life will respond to you. So you've changed. So it's a bit like the sliding doors. I've never seen that film, if I'm honest, but I've heard about it and I've heard about the concept of it. If you change, you go right instead of left, or you do something, it's my understanding that a whole set of other things goes on that wouldn't have happened had you not taken that very, very small step of just going for the bus instead of the train, or having a shower instead of a bath, that kind of thing, yeah. I just feel that it's so important that we get out of this rut of, and we are programmed, everybody's programmed, I'm the same, we're programmed to do things on a daily basis that most of the time we automatically do them, and we don't even think, well, maybe I could have something else. Sorry, card's been dropped. Right, so we've got the Rose Pink Dragon, which again, Magenta Ray energy. So this one is Rose Pink Dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Okay, so that again is the Magenta Rose Ray, which is very strong on the planet. So if you're feeling guided to wear pink, or you know, anything to do with pink, that's a really good sign that you're integrating these colours. Okay, and then the last set of cards are the Secret Language of Light cards, which are slightly different. Oh, we'll see what they say. Okay, right, so this one is Remembrance, and it's number 11, so it's a master number. Remembrance. By changing what we do, we remember how powerful we are. We are very, very powerful beings. We came on this planet, incarnated onto this planet, with a heck of a lot of gifts that have been buried, lost, forgotten, and some of us don't use them because we were frightened that they may be discovered, but now is the time to release all of those. So remember what your gifts are, because they are very, very powerful. And you've got the gold portal there, look. So all you need to do is step through the portal. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.